Okay, sit down, try not to panic, and panic a lot! Oh god! Canada has lost 2-1 to Russia on the New Year's Eve game. You know what, this started off as a great group stage. We dominated Denmark, beat Switzerland by not as much as we should have, which was the first sign of maybe things aren't going to go that well. Then we beat the Czech Republic handily 5-1, and things are yay, things are going to good well, Switzerland doesn't mean anything. And then this. Oh god. The game starts off good for Canada. They get up on the board ahead early in the first period with Cody Glass scoring a second goal of the tournament. He just continues to be a great first-line center for Canada. And then, incredibly quickly after that, the Russians score to tie it up. For the third consecutive game after scoring first, the Canadians let in a goal within a minute to allow it to be tied. What's the point of scoring first if you're going to just give it up immediately afterwards? There's no point to it. They've done it 3 times in a row now. This is getting ridiculous. They need to learn how to not just stop after they score the first goal. This has happened 3 out of the 4 games in the medal series, and the one time it didn't happen was against Denmark, where she won 14-0. Then you have a second period where you just utterly dominate the Russians, dominate the shot clock, but then you don't score. Then you go into the third and just stop. The third period compared to the second period was just night and day, but the wrong way around. The Canadians were just terrible. And the one goal that they gave up in the third, Shen just walked through 4 players. You let one guy walk through 4 players for the game-winning goal. That's not acceptable at any level. Like, I get that you only lost by 1. But this was just such an important game to win. The winner played Slovakia in the quarterfinals. That's pretty much almost a guaranteed pass to the semis. And now because you lost, you have to play one of Finland or the US. The US is one of the favorites in this tournament. There's a chance now that you're playing the United States in the quarterfinals. There's a possibility now for Canada to be eliminated in the quarterfinals in a World Junior Championship on Canadian soil. Like, sure, coming in second place in your group in the World Junior Championship isn't a big deal, but it's not a big deal when you're in the group of death that has 3 of the big 5, not when you're in the group with just you and Russia. And don't give me any of this Big 6 nonsense. The Czechs haven't won a medal since 2005. They're not part of the Big 6 anymore. It's a Big 5 now. But yeah, just a disappointing performance from the Canadians all around. And this is the second out of the 4 group stage games that I think they did not play that well. They've had 2 very good games against Denmark and the Czech Republic, but against Switzerland and Russia, it's been a completely different team. And it's not like the Russians played fantastic in this game either. In the second period, it was all Canada. The Russians played terribly that second period. Honestly, the Canadians should have had a goal in the second period because the Russians just played terribly, but they didn't. And a part of that, to me, is because even though the Canadians played better in that second period than they did in any other period of this game, it just wasn't the dominant Canadian period that it could have been. They probably could have been better even in that second period. Don't get me wrong to blame this all on Canada. The Russians had an amazing game. That third period, they were just on absolute fire. In the first period, they were matching the Canadians tick for tack at every step. So it's not like the Canadians completely fell apart in this one. But come on, in that second period when you outshoot them by that much, you gotta get something out of that. And to take that second period and to not translate it into anything in the third, that's just disappointing. And now you gotta play a good team in the quarters, and you have to fight for your life now to get into the semis. And that's all because you couldn't put together a strong performance for the second time in 4 games. Happy New Year, everyone. It's going to be a rough start to 2019.